How you doing, YouTube? We are with
Tadeo,
and he is top 32 today with,
Gergias Machina.
and we're gonna show the deck list right now.
Just 3 Arsenal. It's a lone fire for this deck. Just so he actually can attack. He's big. 3 armor. He's a Stratus that you flip summon. You get the lone fire and just constantly plus. And 3 accelerator. You can when you control a Gergia, you can special summon this guy from your hand in defense. And that lets you go into easy exist without using your normal summon by flipping this guy. And when he's sent from the field to the graveyard, you get to add another Gergia back to your hand, except himself. So it's like a little mini gadget engine that lets you exist quickly. That was the first half of the deck, and the other half is 3 mechanic gear frame. He searches out your 3 fortresses, which is very, very good right now in this format, and 2 cannons. I played the second cannon because once you get the first fortress, you can just keep searching out the cannons, just constantly plus. The cannon's ridiculous. I won my first game with top 32 because I played 2 cannons. And I would have lost if I didn't. That's the only monsters. There's 17 monsters, no hand drops in the main deck. Spells, 2 Soul Taker, 2 lands. These are really good with fortresses, and these are really good to just get rid of Thunder King. Just generic removal is great, and there's a lot of heroes today, so that's good. Luminaire, because it's a nut card. Pot of Avarice, because you can go through your deck. You can get 5 in your graveyard really fast, and it's good recursion to refresh your deck. It recycles itself well. 1 book, the pretty much staple book. Heavy, Hole, Reborn. 3 MST just to push the plays through. That's 13 spells and traps. There's 11, it's 41 cards total. 2 D Prison, 2 Bottomless, 2 Warning, 2 Terrenal, 1 Compulse, 1 Road, and 1 Psalm. I played these instead of Mirror Forces because I felt like the best 2 decks here were going to be Heroes and Dark World, and the Mirror Forces isn't helping those. The Prison is much better. And I actually played 2 Machina Gadget decks, so these are really good against opposing fortresses. That's it for the main deck, 41.
So while we go into your extra deck and side deck, what was your best matchup? What was your worst matchup today?
I'd say my best matchup was probably Heroes or Windups, but I lost. Heroes is what I lost to in top 32. It's because the last 2 games I just drew awful. It's unfortunate. Just drew Fortress, and if I got rid of the Fortress, I was in trouble. And then when I finally drew something, he top decked the MST to break the setup. It just unfortunate, a little salty.
Let's go for the lovely side deck and extra deck.
So with the extra deck. The whole deck's just it's a really good rank 4 toolbox, so I wanted to max out on those so I could have one for almost every situation. Fairy King, I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Fairy King whatchamajigger.
Yeah, he decreases all guys in the field. It's just good if if you know they have a Gorge, you can swing into it, make this into decrease, and they can't get over him. But I never made him at all this weekend. 2 Gergias X. This guy was so good. You flip up your armor, you search for the little race car, you special, you make this guy, then you switch your gear for your normal summon the gear frame. It's ridiculous. You just chuck out a huge chunk of their life points and plus really hard. 1 Pearl, I never made him. 1 Catchy Kochi Dragon, never made him. 1 Maze Stroke, never made him. 1 Shockmaster, I made him once and he won me the game. I called traps, you have 3 back row, and I just put 8,000 on the board. Yeah, it's really easy to make with race cars and just special summoning. Utopia, never made him. Utopia Ray, never made him. The Butterfly, I made him once to re-flip up my own armor to search again and go for a big play. Roach, I never made him. Big Eye, I made him once because I made him twice. The second time though, he made a Big Eye and took my armor. This was against Machina Gadgets. I made my own Big Eye, took his Big Eye, and then took my Gergias back. It was just ridiculous. Gaia Charger, this was originally in there because this can't attack the turn activates effect, but we didn't even notice I registered in my deck that you can only put them on top of a 5 or a 6, not a 7. So we had that was the intent at first, but I never made them, but I couldn't make them natural if I wanted to. He's rank 7, so never heard it though. Stardust for the Starlight Ruin and Chimera Attack, so I'm playing machines.
Cool.
Side deck. I said 2 Cyber Dragon for opposing heroes and any type of machine mirror match. 3 Maxi, because to anticipate a lot of windups. But I felt like that was really the only thing that Maxi was strong against. So I didn't want to main anything. 1 Nolman if I were to play a Mirror or Gravekeepers, never played it. 2 Zombie World. So I feel like this is good enough against a bunch of decks. Any type of theme deck like Rabbit, Karakuris, anything that need a specific type of monster, they all become zombies. So that means they can't go into any of their diseases like the Bubble Beat deck too. And it also protects you from getting Cyber Dragon system down. I don't think I even played this. I said it in before. I said it in, but I don't think I even played it all weekend. So I don't know if I keep that staying here. Double Dust for big back row removal. Goes in Mass. This was the best card against windups. So that card was probably the best card on my side deck. It was great all weekend. 1 Magic Drain. For some reason, I just had this idea that Magic Drain was gonna be so good this weekend because I felt like the 2 most popular decks were gonna be Dark World and Heroes. And Dark World's my worst matchup. I played one of those, and so they're gonna set their hand before they drag down you or they card destruction you. So and then nobody ever picks the spell to stop this. So I stopped heavies. I stopped the top deck Reborn. I hit a Gemini Spark once. That was great. That was the best feeling in the world. I hit a Recharge once. And the last 2 cards were double Shadow Mirror. These are gonna be soul drains, but I wouldn't have anything really that strong for the Gravekeeper matchup. So and this would cover that and Dark World. So I decided to play those instead of soul drains.
So all in all, a very good weekend for you, top 32ing and all.
Yeah.
What would you change in either side, extra, or main deck? And what would you change it for?
Definitely try to add dualities in here because it ran smoothly all weekend. But my last run was the last run of Swiss, which I was X1 going to the last run of Swiss, so it wasn't a big deal. But I drew horrible. I drew horrendous both games. I drew horrendous in the last 2 games of top 32. It took me. I eventually got. It was Hero, so it was kind of slow. So I was able to get to my cards, but he already had the setup to break it by that point. But the dualities I think would have really helped. So I'd probably cut an MST for that. There wasn't as many Dark Worlds as I thought it would be. And Heroes is not a problem matchup. Like 3 MST, especially with this type of decks, I don't go for huge plays. Like even like when I go for that big play for damage, I have Lances, I have my Road, and it's not like I'm committing cards. I'm just plussing what I have. I'm not losing anything advanced with the Torrential me, and I still like if they Torrential, the Gergias, that's free. I flipped up my guy, especially someone when they just Torrential. It's 1 for 1. It's okay, and then that opens up avenues for bringing back fortresses and gear frames.
Avarice and all that kind of fun stuff.
And I don't recall the Compulse ever being that good this weekend. I didn't drop that much. So I'd probably cut that for 2. I try to cut those for 2 dualities.
Cool. Anything you want to say last minute to YouTube?
Side system downs.